August and September is a great time to divide two classic garden plants. August for iris, September for peonies. We're going to start off with the iris that you have in your yard. 3 to 5 year old rhizome clump is what we have here. And what I would suggest you do is get in with, I suggest a garden fork is a good way to lift this. You could use a spade if you like. Lift these plants. We're going to want to clean them up pretty good. Make sure we get the soil off. You could use a hose or a bucket of water, something like that. Many times the rhizomes will break apart pretty easily. If not, use a sharp knife. If you're worried about disease, if you see some disease and some rot, you might want to use a 10% bleach solution to clean your cutting utensils, your knife or your pruners. We're going to separate those, cut back our fans 6 to 8 inches. And then when we lay them out to plant, the good plants that you have left, the good rhizomes, what we're going to try to do is separate them about 1 foot to 2 feet throughout the area that you're using so they have good room for the next few years and they're able to, again, multiply. I always suggest amending the soil at this time with some compost, some good organic matter. We don't need to worry about fertilizing right now. And then when we plant, dig a shallow hole. We want to have a nice firm middle and kind of a mound and set that rhizome on top of there, spread out the roots, cover with just 1 inch or so of soil. We don't want to bury these. And then water them well. Water them for about a week to several weeks here until we start getting some new growth. Once we get into September, if you have a peony that you're considering moving, perhaps it's not flowering quite as well as it used to. Maybe it never really flowered very well. Or for some reason there's a problem with the plant, you might want to consider lifting the plant and dividing it, taking a good look at the roots. Peonies are one of those plants that in some cases, if it's doing well, it can sit in the same location forever, literally 100 years and not have to be divided or transplanted. And sometimes they don't tolerate transplanting very well. So that's why usually if you're going to have to move a peony or if you want to divide it for some reason, it's because it's not performing the way that it once did. So once you decide that it's a plant that you want to move, what you'll do is we'll cut these back to about 6 to 8 inches so you can work around the plant. Using, again, you could try a fork. Peonies, especially if it's been there very long, it's going to have kind of a woody root structure. It'll be a little tougher to get out. You might need to use a spade. Lift the plant. Again, we're going to want to clean it. And then you'll see for each division, you're going to want 3 to 5 eyes, or there'll be kind of like pink noses, pink buds. Divide the plant. You're going to have to do some cutting. And again, if you're worried about some disease issues, you're going to want to keep your pruner or knife clean with a 10% Clorox solution. Divide those. Again, we're going to want to keep these spaced a little farther apart, perhaps 2 to 3 feet apart. Give them plenty of room. Nice sunny location. And we want to compost. The most important thing, you'll hear us talk about it all year, don't plant too deep, 1 to 2 inches. So shallower is better with the peonies. Water them good and keep watering them through the fall to get them off to a good start. It may take a year or two before you get your blooms back to where you need it.